All right, ladies and gents, welcome to a game that Jay Scott does not know is happening. Jay Scott is one of the community games players here, and I don't know if he had to run to go to the bathroom real quick or what, but everyone else is actually moving, and this is not on Snake Forest, by the way. This is on Kilimanjaro, so my apologies. Kilimanjaro, I think I spelled that correctly. In the green, we have Jay Scott. Jay Scott playing as the Goths, doing absolutely nothing. He's so excited to be playing in community games, you can see. Maybe his PC's crashed, actually. Sometimes people freeze and they can't move. In the red, we've got Genghis Khan, who I think played last week, so clearly knows how to get rigged into these games. Congratulations to him. He's playing as the Turks. In the purple, we have Soft Feather, who's playing as the Spanish. In the gray, we have Sneezy, who's playing as the Mongols. In the yellow, we have Valley. Valley is playing as the Italians. In the teal, we have Pikachu Power, who's playing as the Bulgarians. In the orange, we have Rentar9, who's playing as the Burmese. And then in the blue, we have Konyo Draber, who's playing as the Britons. And it does look like Jay Scott dropped, unfortunately. So sorry to whoever that was. I will say this, though. This is Exploding Kings, so there was a bomb right here. It's not easy to move around. You can't really do anything fancy to move it around, but you could kill it, and it could lead to explosions later on. So if you're ever thinking about expanding here, you might want to kill that king first. All right? Map is Kilimanjaro. There's not a ton of resources around your TC. You will eventually want to move towards the mountain. Doesn't really look like a mountain, but wide open spaces out here. There's actually not a lot of gold or stone, but it's mainly the wood that is the focus as you want to climb the mountain in the center. There's some ponds here or there, of course. That's not really going to bring you a whole lot. So I think what this game is going to be about is wood control in the center and then trading from corner to corner to get gold, because there's not a ton of gold in this map. In fact, there's just like... This is really bad. Like normally, I guess Kilimanjaro wasn't made as a team game map, but normally there would be a lot more gold in the corners or something. But to me, it looks like there's 2 gold per player. One here, and that's 7 tiles, and that's it? Yeah, these guys better diplo hard, and they better be trading, because that's a big problem. Once again, we're using the new and improved Community Games Capture Age, which allows me to zoom all the way out, woo, and zoom all the way in, woo. That's really cool, and I know everyone's really excited about that. We also have a way to show the alliances on the side. Green, of course, is out of the game, so we will not see anything in those dots. Looks like everyone else is allied, and we've had some conversation already. A Sneezy is hey yellow, and must realize that yellow's close by, or maybe, yeah, saw the lumber camp, and is already starting to think, maybe I should team with someone who's next to me. You can take the shorefish. Like, this is 400 food, so you could realistically place a mill here on the shorefish, John. And then there should be an elephant that I guess Gray can't find right now. Valley says, how do I know someone is talking to me? Well, that's a problem. If you can't see it on your screen, it would show up here. Blue says you don't, 11, and Pikachu Power says you will see it. And Valley seems a little overwhelmed. Sneezy's like, hey, yellow. And Red's all experienced over here. It's like, by reading it, bro. Now, let me think. Who have I never seen in a community game before? I don't think I've ever seen Sneezy. I don't think I've seen Konyo. Soft Feather and Konyo... Soft Feather and a Valley is tricky for me because I recognize their names from my community, like my Discord and my streams, and I'm not exactly sure if they played before. I don't know. But there are people I recognize and value in this community. That's cool. I guess in theory you could like dock later, add fishing ships, and add fish traps if you wanted to say food boom or fish boom. But man, like look at Blue's base. This is disastrous, man. It's gonna be interesting, especially if kings explode. What is going to happen if kings start exploding and all the resources, all the wood gets cleared up? Like, I think as we're 10 minutes in, I think at an hour, there's going to be, like, Very little wood left. That said, I think these trees have 150 wood. Okay, so I take it back. That would actually last a little bit longer. 150 wood versus 100. These guys are trying to teach each other on how you can change who you're chatting to. That is an option in the game. And I guess we'll see. So I'll open it up here to people who are watching the stream right now. If you have questions, I noticed we had some questions earlier about like events and things like that. And my preferences with mods and whatnot. So anyways, if you had questions, just wanted to say hi or whatever, this would be the time as we wait. I like Red's economy so far. So Red's got farming eco, which is good food. We've got villagers on berries, which is good for food. And then you've also got that wood that's being chopped, spent on the zebra. Or sorry, milling the zebra is what I meant to say. So overall, I think Red's in a pretty good spot there. What's up, Death? What's up, yeah? What's up, Mark? What happened to Green? Apparently his computer just didn't want to cooperate today. Unfortunately, crashed at the start. But it makes it interesting because the kings explode. So you could send the kings to someone's base if you're angry with them later on, or, you know, who knows? Caught COVID for the first time. Hope you stream every day. I will actually be streaming today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. At the very least. I will be streaming a lot leading up to the end of March. So, Kashtai, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hope you get better. As someone who had COVID twice, I hope you get better. From what I've been hearing is it's not as bad. So I had when the Delta strain was going around last year. So hopefully it's not as brutal as what I had. But take care of yourself, please. I have a question, T90. What country is Kilimanjaro? Don't you even try and imply that I wouldn't know such a thing, okay? When I said I wanted to get questions, I didn't want these types of questions. So don't even try it, okay? All my viewers know that I would know the answer to that type of question immediately. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to embarrass you, embarrass others by even giving that question any thought. Okay, what other questions we have here? What do you think of a tournament where two players control one civ the way one player can focus on eco and one on military? So, Carlos, it's an idea that has actually happened before. I, as a caster, felt like it was really bad content. I didn't think it was that entertaining. I think what was funny about that, though, is listening to people bicker and argue over who controls what, which is essentially what happened. So that would be my thought on that. Is it is fun if you want to watch playing, but for me as a caster, I didn't think it was that great. Okay. Want to be friends than purple, says Red. Red's got no response. It actually helps Red that Red's a pretty decent player, but then also that Red doesn't have to worry about anyone hitting on this side. Teal says, I'm friendly. We can have a long friendship. And Rentar says, me too, smiley face. So it seems like people are trying to talk to Purple, but Purple hasn't really responded to anyone yet. This could be for a lot of reasons. Most likely, it's just the fact that Purple's focused on playing. Will there be a 2v2 World Cup this year? Maybe. Maybe not. I can tell you guys that the last 3 weeks, I've been working really hard and having lots of conversations, and that there should be some pretty epic events over the next 7 to 8 months. But it's very, very, very annoying and frustrating to make things happen, but I think we're going to make things happen. So obviously I can't give teases or promises to what the events may be, but we're going to have some new stuff I think you guys will love, and I think the community will love it too. Purple, I'm also allied with Yellow, so I'll tell him we are a trio now. Interesting. So Gray's like, I didn't even see Purple respond. Oh, no, Purple did. Purple says, sounds good. I'll throw a market down south. Okay, so Gray is kind of like the middleman here. I always find that's funny when you already have an ally, and then you ask someone else for an alliance, and then you just, like, pass the information along, like, hey, this guy's cool, too. Because are they friends with you and Yellow? Like, is Purple going to be friends with Yellow because he appreciates Yellow, or is he going to be friends with Yellow because he's already friends with Gray, who's friends with Yellow? Does that make sense? Sneezy says, good, so it's us four till the end. Teal says, me too, want to be friends. You know what this game feels like to me? This game feels like a game where a lot of players are going to say, I don't want to be the first to die. Anyone else getting those vibes? Yellow. Me, you, and purple are buddies. Sneezy passing that information along. Who's Teal talking to? Anyone else in our team? No. Ali says, let's form a right side alliance. Okay. Scott is in chat. Did you happen to... Have you had that bug before where your game just crashed? I can give you a spot in the next game, by the way. If you crash again, though, I'm not sure I can promise it a third time because it seems like something's up. But we'll try and get you into the next game. Sorry about that. You know what I'm thinking about here is how can you get this king to move to someone's base? Is there a way? So this is my idea. You ready? So the only way to get a king to move is to attack it. It will move a little bit if you attack it. So hear me out. You get your scout and you get a monk. And you attack the king. So you turn green to enemy. Wait a second. Wait, green wasn't able to ally anyone. What I was going to say if he was allied with you is you could turn him to enemy and attack it and move it along. And then when it's low HP, you heal it back up on ally, then enemy, and then keep going. And then just keep that cycle. But you can't convert kings. And he disconnected when he was enemy to everyone. Wait, you can still heal them? Wait, you can still heal them if you send them to ally? Yeah, that's what you do then. You attack it to move it, and then you change him to ally, heal it up, you attack again, and just keep repeating that until you push it all the way into someone's base, and then you kill it. Or you just, I mean, can you imagine the focus that would take to keep doing that with everything else? Oh, God, I wish someone would do that. That'd be so funny. Most likely what's going to happen is this is going to be forgotten about, and it's going to die at some point, and there's going to be a big explosion. And hey, by the way, I don't even know if this casting program we have can deal with the explosions. But man, that would make me so happy. Now, I wonder how many people are actually allied to green. I guess they all have green on ally, but green has them on enemy, so they can't see that. Okay. Pikachu Power says, hey, Red, what's up? Red says, chillin', how are you? Me too. Any plans? They are far away from each other here, so it'd be interesting if they're going to be planning together. Welcome, Brand. This is Exploding Kings. This is Exploding Kings. Trying to think of what civs are best. I mean, Mongols is just top tier. Honestly, I love Turks as well. Their cav archers and their hussars be really strong in the late game. Spanish are really good if you get the trade flowing. It looks like we already have some trade, or at least someone's trading to Spanish. Genghis Khan says, I want peace. Pikachu Power says, nice, I want peace too. Yeah, there's no enemies in this game. Not yet. Doesn't feel like anyone really wants to go for early snipes. Seems like everyone just loves each other. And this is such a great community as is, but then in our community games, everyone's just so nice and kind. It's like, after a long day at work, or a rough week, you know, or just someone being real crappy to you in your day-to-day life, doesn't this just warm your heart? Yeah, it warms your heart, and then they all turn on each other and all hate each other, and they all kill each other, and it gets real bloody, and life is good again. I mean, okay, it's a stretch to say that someone actually hates someone in a community game, but... Hope he doesn't attack me. Hi, Perp, we should consider trading at some point. Okay, so Teal says, hope he doesn't attack me. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Red says, then we can be friends. Hope isn't a good strat, though. Why is Red talking to Teal? I guess he's talking to Teal because Teal talked to him. But is Rentar? I guess Teal doesn't trust Rentar, and that's part of the problem. Blue says, Orange, can I get that relic? Rentar once again showing that anyone who is a mod within my community is a god of the game. Isn't that right? All my mods out there. 74 eco is the highest. Chat to Orange. See if he can be friends too. Okay, this is good. I was going to say, you don't want to leave Orange out. Unless you want to kill him. That would be pretty crazy. And okay, this is... Guys, you could tell this is amazing. 4 players put their scouts on auto scouts at the same time. So probably the start of the freaking game. And they're all taking a similar path right now. I don't think they're following each other. It looks like they're following each other. But I think this is auto... Maybe I'm wrong. I think this is auto scout. As red declares green to neutral. I'm very confused by this. What's happening here? Now I think it's a follow because, well, it's so exact. No, it's not a follow because it would have kept going. It's auto scout going in similar paths. Oh my god, and Orange just stopped his. That's funny, man. I guess their scout could have been in a similar position when it all started, right? Because these two players are actually close together. Oh my goodness, the king's being attacked. Okay, will Red realize the strategy? I'm telling you, this would be so amazing. This would be so amazing. Please. Please, please, please. Okay, so villagers do very little damage to this king. But you can see how the king moves when it starts to get attacked, right? Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Uphill hits, good too. It does less damage. Good. Good. Push it in, baby. Give it a good old push. Now make a monk. Please make a monk. Yes, there's monks here, please. Oh my god, poor Blue. Poor Blue is about to die to this. This is incredible. And just give it a little tap. Give it a little tap. Now, Blue could see this and run away. I don't think Blue realizes this at all. That said, the TC is about to go up here. So, I guess Blue might notice this. Oh, my word. And the king just ran a little further, too. Okay, Blue sees this. Run away. Run away. It's exploding kings. You gotta save yourself. Save yourself. Oh, God. Okay, so a bunch of weird animations happen. This is how we have it now. So it gives people a heads up that, yeah, bad things are about to go down. Again, I don't know if explosions actually work for this capture page program. I'm hoping it doesn't crash. But Blue says, you got me worried a bit there, Red. 11. I really... I really don't think Blue understood what was happening there. That was so good. And now Red says, what happened? Yes! Yes! I needed that! And Blue says, forgot it was exploding kings. Okay, now it all makes sense. Oh, God. Guys, so often I come up with these radical ideas, and it never happens, okay? Now, Red didn't know the king was there for a while, eventually found it, and then maybe after the first attack thought, hey, I could do this. But that was so good. And people are trying to figure out what happened here. Rentar says, no idea. Is Red going to be a problem? Did he snipe player 1? So this is actually a very fair point here. Like, Red says he doesn't know, but Red is next to him, or kind of next to him. And so they're probably looking around because they're all allied with Red, trying to see if he has military buildings. But what's brilliant about it is he only has a stable, so it's not like he would have been able to do anything. Gray says, hey, Red, I hear commie games aren't scary when you have friends. Want to be friends. Gray was just shivering when typing the word friends. It is still very cold where Gray lives. And Red says, hey, Gray, let's be friend. Okay. I think, though, like, it definitely makes sense for Teal, or anyone else for that matter, to say to Orange, yup, that must have been Red, let's work together to kill him. Yes, he's taking Green's base. I might start to make elephants and we go red. Now remember, teal earlier pledged allegiance to red. Okay. Gray says, I'm already friends with purple and yellow. To red. I mean, you've also got a lot of alliances and a lot of conversation that doesn't involve orange. So who knows? T90, if this was Regicide Rumble, would green get the kill or blue? Very fair point. I think green would get the kill. If we were awarding money for that, the guy who disconnected would have got 25 bucks right there. What a storyline that would have been. Yeah, and, you know, it would be the case that red... I mean, honestly, if it was Regicide Rumble, we probably would have restarted it right there. But red obviously would have got 25 for killing the king. I've been really happy, by the way, for anyone who maybe sees this later on the YouTube. I've been really happy with the feedback on Regicide Rumble. I was super happy with the amount of people that showed up, too. So thank you guys for liking that. I'd love to do it again, and we will do it again. Hi, Orange, we good. And we're still, at least at this moment, still sending that stuff to YouTube. Red feels like a problem. You, me, teal are good. Okay, so yellow's saying, hey, like, do I have to worry about you? And orange is like, no. You and teal are good. Now, yellow might be like, hey, gray and purple, orange doesn't like you, apparently. No one wants to be the first person to die. That's already happened, so now things are going to be a little less tentative. Okay, I don't know how many people have mustaches out there. But I haven't trimmed mine in a bit, and there's this one piece of freaking hair keeps tickling my nose. 1 second. Ow! Okay, no more tickling, but now there's pain. Alright, we're fine. Yellow just moving the king into this castle. Out of the tower. I think a lot of players should do that. We now have some stables here for Sneezy. Maybe thinking of some hussars. Let's look at the military tab. You can see who's ready and who's not for attack. Burmese, a civilization I've talked pretty negatively about in 1v1s over the last couple months, and I think most of that's justified unless the map is on arena. But what you should say about Burmese is that their elephants are tanks after the Halda upgrade. It leaves you saying, how the hell do I stop these things? And that was a really bad joke. But yeah, their armor's insane on those elephants once you get Elite Battle Elephant. You think Rentar's going to do that. And Turks do not have Pointy Boy. They don't have the best counter. They do not have Halbs. Actually, would be very difficult to stop those elephants. Ray says, what do you suggest? Oh, he said, let's get Treel first. Like, let's get Teal first, I guess. Oh, and then Yellow had said, let's take care of the other side first. I got you. Okay. You know what I'm going to remove here is the market buy sell. That's clogging things up. Purple playing very, very defensive, I would say. Very defensive. This is nice. This is a good little build-up. I mean, honestly, the rest of the game could be a complete dud, and that moment right there was just so freaking epic. I loved it. That was so good. We got to get that on clips or something. Okay, teal going into a castle as well. So a lot of people starting to save themselves. You're going to see the trade from corner to corner. Remember, there's not a lot of gold in this map. So trade count is going to be a very, very big thing. And we're also seeing trade from the south to the west and trade from the north to the east. So it makes a lot of sense to fight with the people that are in your trade route. So it like orange, teal, and yellow makes a lot of sense. Gray, I actually have no clue. Like, that's a big issue for Gray. Gray's not thinking about that. But then I guess purple and red would make sense. Pikachu is just putting feelers out there with everyone. Hey, Perp, what's your plan? We could be friends across the map. Teal already did this with red. Teal already has alliances set up with yellow and orange. This is obviously insane, right? These elephants. 320 HP, 9 Pierce Armor. So, if you have 9 Pierce Armor, That means heavy cav archers, which do 11 damage, only do 2 damage a hit. So you would need 160 cav archers to be able to one-shot one of these elephants. That's insane. More realistically, you'd need 8 cav archers to two-shot them. A lot. And that's very impressive math I just did, if I got it right anyways. I have no idea. Everyone is plotting against you in orange, though. Wait, what? So teal first, says red. I don't think these people really know what's happening. I think they know that orange wants to kill red and red wants to kill orange, but I don't think they know if they're going to fight with them or not. Did I say 8? I totally meant to say 80. In my head, I said 80. I'm sorry. Get your question marks out of there. My bad. My bad. Okay. Math wasn't so good. Not getting halbs is a big issue for Turks. Player 6 making army as well? Says Rentar? Hey, you see Red's like, got any friends? Like, they don't know. Gray, delete your houses. I want to trade with you guys. Okay, so yellow wants to trade the other direction. I guess yellow hasn't... Ooh, I don't know if that's good for yellow's future. Honestly, I think you should be trading with the team. Red, are we friends? Feels like I just want to make sure that we're still buddies. Purple just says, I don't know what's happening. I think I'm going to die soon. Okay. That's the confidence you'd expect on Tuesdays, Loey the Legends. So maybe we have an idea of Purple's elo. The thing is, there's no real indicator that Purple's going to die here. Purple's just really worried. Red, are we friends? You have a scary army, says Pikachu Power. And now Red, like the first person to make a move here might be ganged up on, so they're worried. So Teal is trying to talk to Red to figure this out. I think Red is talking to Teal right now and is going to say, hey, like, listen. We need to work together against Orange. He's highest score. He's a bully. And down goes that tower. Makes sense to just clear up what Green had left here. Oh, wow. Red says, Teal, you're in danger. They about to kill you. Now, this might actually work because Teal has been trying to get friendship from everyone. Teal does not want to fight, and so I think Teal has a high level of paranoia about this. Now, that, of course, is a lie from Red to maybe get Teal to fight Orange or something, but it doesn't, the timing doesn't feel right. Because it's not like Teal even has enough to fight Orange in the first place. It'd be suicide. Okay, this is what I had mentioned 5 minutes ago. Teal says yellow is going to turn. He is trading with other guys. This is what I mentioned about yellow. Yellow, I think this is going to be what does yourself in here, or what screws you over, because this is just bad. If you're trading with the guys you're next to on this side, you're good. But you chose to trade the other direction, which is towards bottom score and away from top score. If anything, you'd want this to be the other way around. Red says, hide your king in Orange's castle or Green's TC. Wait, what? Did Red really just try and convince Teal to send his king into Orange's cat? Wait, who's he talking to? That's funny, though. I mean, it was a bold attempt. Listen, some people are, let's try and think of the word to say it as kindly as possible. Some people in community games are doormats. They let people walk all over them, and they believe every word that's said, and they don't take initiative. And so people can take advantage of that and say things and do things that aren't true. Okay. Okay, he says, thanks, I can count on you. I think Teal is talking to Red, but I'm not completely sure. I'd like to update this so we could see who people are talking to, but I didn't want to have additional dots on the screen. I think having a toggle would be nice for that. When do you want to attack Teal? No one wants to make a move. Let's look at the stockpiles at the bottom left. I would say the amount on gold right now is usually going to be trade or mainly going to be trade. Let's look. Yep, it's mainly trade because there's not a lot of starting gold in this map. Remember that red was able to get the gold. Oof, red missed this. Red was able to get the gold that was at green's base, but green disconnected at the start. Teal first. Let's go, guys. Is there a reason that gray wants to go after teal? Did we miss that? I feel like this has happened a lot recently where someone needs to start it and then everything falls apart. And that's what we're about to see. Gray's like, hey, let's go. Red says, teal, they're about to attack. I'm going to join them. But green TC will be safe to hide in. He's trying to get teal to run across the map into this TC where he's a sitting duck. Okay, we had a signal here. Orange says, what's going on, Gray? Teal said the same. And Gray says, just passing. I want to investigate blue's base. Okay, this is... The just passing was already a known lie. But... but investigating blue's base is also not going to sell it. But I think he's going to make a move. And he says, go. And he makes the move now on teal. Okay, so teal... is apparently allied with red, is apparently allied with orange, is apparently allied with all these people. But I don't think teal's actually going to be helped here. And teal is now on the move. Now, the impression I got from Pikachu Power is that Pikachu Power is not too confident with how this game is going to progress. I think Pikachu Power is worried. Pikachu Power also doesn't have a lot of army, or any army at all, as Yellow has also made the move. So Gray and Yellow took the initiative. Guys, Genoese Crossbow and Mangudai, I think, are one of the few things that could take care of these things. The Mangudai have 8+4 attacks, so 12 damage. They do 3 damage a hit. And the Genoese Crossbowmen have insane bonus damage against Cav. That said, we are not seeing Yellow against Orange yet. They are allied right now. Yellow is only against Teal. And now Orange is against Yellow. And Valley, I think this is his first or second community game. I know Valley from the community needs to turn here. You need to turn on Orange. And now Purple is going in against Gray. What? So Gray's king is in here, guys. However, I don't know if the Conquistadors will be able to finish off the king because there's no way in. Oh my god, the Mangudai opened it. Oh my god, wait a second. The king goes down. There will now be an explosion. And that explosion might possibly hit Yellow's king over here at the same time. So a lot is happening. Yellow has turned on Orange, so we'll see the Genoese Crossbowmen against the Elephants. I think what happened there was Gray was still allied to Purple, which allowed Purple to run through the gate. I think that's what happened there, so it was a good snipe there from Purple. And Rentar says, player 6 only to you. We kill player 7. And Purple apparently forgot this was Exploding Kings because the conks weren't saved. And that's going to be news to everyone right there. Like, what? How Gray's out? And Gray was the one to make the move. Yellow says WTF because a lot of the eco went down there. And Gray says, I saw that coming, but I'm too slow. All right, so an observant but slow player. I mean, to be honest, Gray, it was really fast and well played from Soft Feather. Soft Feather waited until you were busy and distracted in a very important moment of the game and then went for it. So, Exploding Kings is pretty crazy. Teal is alive, right? Teal's fine. Teal's working with Orange. I think Yellow's in big trouble. Yellow doesn't have enough to fight against 2 people, even with Genoese Crossbowmen being strong. And Red is over here just waiting it out. And Purple kind of is as well again. But Red says, hey, Teal, is Orange a friend? Kind of makes me think that Genghis Khan is going to make a move towards Orange. Or maybe ask where that king is located or something. Yellow's over micro. I think he's fine. The Howdah Elephants are still just so terrifying. And the thing about Genoese Crossbowman is it's very low HP unit. It's very slow as well. So you can make a lot of these. He's got 70 of them. And he will get a lot of kills with it. But what's the economy going to look like? What's the trade going to look like if they get into that? You're just not seeing a lot of eco. And it's because there's 2 people attacking. My eco is wrecked, no gold. Oh, red is asking teal if teal wants to turn on orange. And red has now sent resources over to teal. But teal, the reason you don't have gold is because you didn't trade. You got to put all that gold you just received into trade. You're going to get that gold back in the long run. Yeah, it does feel like this is going to turn into a 2v2, but that's only if teal decides to stay with orange. Okay. Teal is saying, let's finish off yellow first. But I think yellow is in a strong enough position to hold and not die because of all the castles and Genoese. Yellow also does have trade for gold income. Now, guys, think about how purple's played this. Purple says, I lost everything to gray, forgot explodey kings. Yes, we noticed that. Think about how this is being played by purple, though. Purple's waited until someone's distracted and then goes for a king snipe. I think purple might do the same against red, or might try and do the same against orange. These Genoese have to back away, they have to hit, and they have to run. Purple says he's in the fortified tower behind the castle in the center of his base. So purple, I mean, they're talking about taking out orange. What's hurting Rentar right now is that he's a T90 moderator and the fact he's top scorer. That's what's hurting him. I think everyone's going to look at that top score. He might also have been the highest elo in the lobby. And so they know that, and they're just like, okay, Rentar's the threat. Oh, having fun. We could lose a castle, and here goes Soft Feather. With Soft Feather saying that, it makes it clear to me he will try and snipe Rentar. And I think Rentar might start to realize something's up here. Let's look at the stockpiles real quick. Dude, the thing is, Rentar has 5k gold. There's a reason. Rentar's got tons of resources from all that trade. That said, see some trebs rolling around here. How many trade cards does he actually have? Did he lose that trade? I lost all of his trade. Probably to yellow, because he was trading this way. Yes, okay. Yep, he lost all his trade to yellow. Makes sense. So actually, guys, it makes sense. Yellow trading the other direction now looks really good. Orange, you have gold. And this is the moment of truth for you, teal. Because orange responds and says, I do, but I don't trust red right now. This would be where teal could choose the side and say, hey, yeah, he's been talking to me about killing you. But something tells me that it's not going to happen. As we have Rentar allying yellow. This is not a move I expected. And says truce. And if yellow accepts this, this changes the game. And yellow accepts it. And now look who's showing up to teal's base. This is an awfully suspicious force. Cav archers, hussars, monks. There's an orange elephant in the middle there. And red said earlier that he was friends with teal. Now, will orange defend teal, or will he let it happen? Purple, I am in debt to you. Oh god, teal's typing. I look how the elephants have kind of trapped this army. Can you imagine being red right now? You're like, damn it. Elephants are in my way. Okay. Orange, we need trade. Now, red earlier had said training exercises. That was his explanation for why this is happening. And orange says, red, not a huge fan of these training exercises. Teal's king, by the way, is in the crep post. Not the castle. Good job from teal. This is why you want to keep a villager in each castle so they don't know for sure. And Soft Feather has now turned on Rentar. And where's Rentar's king? Okay, it's in the tower, guys. It's in the tower. It's now inside the castle. So he set the gather point on the tower into the castle. So now he's had time to realize. But will purple get another snipe in this game? The king is on the move! And it goes into the next castle. And now all the elephants come back. But now you've got teal and red here. And the purple's traps are too far away to take out the castle as well. The conchs weren't in position for purple. He had snuck in there somehow. Can he still get it, though? You still have to go for it. I think it all comes down to if elephants take out the trebs. If elephants take out the trebs, that is a clear no to me. Orange will survive this. And red says, I just want orange to forget I am here, and then we get him. King does not eject from the castle. It was very close. It was a crazy attempt from purple. And now teal and yellow are allied. And now I think red is seeing this as an opportunity to run in. But he also could double back and take out teal at any time. But teal was quick to say, listen, I have no gold. I'm not a threat. Do not kill me. I'm not a threat. I think this is quickly arriving to a point of the game where orange is just going to 1v6 and not actually successfully do it. But I don't think orange can trust anyone right now. Can't trust purple. Can't trust red. You could probably trust teal, but that's about it. I should have coordinated with you. I almost had orange. Yeah, that's true. Soft feather, it was a really good attempt there. Honestly, if you had your conks there the first time, there was a possibility. Okay, snipe pink, question mark? Ah, okay, let's not fight. Wait, what? I don't think that conversation is going to Rentar. Rentar's now upset and is going to retaliate and try and get over here to pink. But, I mean, that's a long journey. And red, it sounded ridiculous, but what Genghis Khan said is spot on. He said, I just want orange to forget I'm here. Poor blue. Poor blue's been defeated. Blue shows up from heaven, says, please don't let red get another kill. Oh, it reminded me of what happened earlier. Ooh, man. You, me, and teal should be a team here. I think he's talking to yellow. But now the king's out in the open. And now this is going to be the end for Rentar. Okay, jeez. Really had me sweating there. Okay, so the question now becomes, because it's exploding kings, of course. GG Rentar, and well played red. He got away with it. How big is this radius on the explosion? Teal has now turned on red, so teal is not happy about that. Or teal maybe sees this and thinks it's coming for him. Oh my god! And the crepost went down, but the gather point for the crepost was over here. So the bombard cannons go down, the hussars go down, everything that was here dies. But guys, like, that king was so close to death. I can't believe that. Okay, so now teal maybe need to repair that castle. And now orange is gone. And this is right when orange was like, hey, we've got a team going here. There's still elephants in the middle. And purple, I think, will be very satisfied with how this game went so far. Teal, ally me. Okay. Purple says, I hope the distraction was enough. Guys, who's going to win this game? That's a crazy explosion, by the way. We are doing the official Exploding Kings version. You know that much. But, like, who is going to win this game? I want to say red, because red has fortified his base quite nicely and seems to be working with people who don't want to ever attack him. And I think that it would have probably been the same if Rentar would have somehow taken care of red. I think Rentar would have then taken it. It feels like yellow, teal, and purple are all a little hesitant, even though they have made their moves, of course. Yellow, we have to stick. Perp, what's your plan? Well, normally what happens here is people go after the top score player. To be honest, I'm afraid of purple and red, is what the response was. It's weird because normally what you have at this stage of a game is you have people that don't like each other. You have people who have been lied to or deceived. I think the only person who could be seen as someone who is a little deceiving was maybe red. Because teal probably thought a moment ago that red was actually going to be going in with those bombard cannons. I think red was trying to get away from the explosion. I don't know. This is interesting, though. Purple is bringing in elephants from orange. Orange, of course, is dead. I'm not sure what the strategy is here, but the siege onagers see it and take out some of the units here. Not sure why purple's coming in. This is not well timed because a moment ago yellow had just said something along the lines of, I'm not sure I trust them. Oh my god! The king is in there! He didn't finish the walls yet! He did not finish the walls! The king is in there, walled in now, and yellow has to do some crazy damage control. That said, purple doesn't have trebs. So purple's got no siege. But purple clearly trying to snipe this. I mean, if there were trebs, this would maybe do it. But there's no trebs. And now you're sending in hussars and sending in halbs? Nah, there's no way. There's no way. The Genoese should come over here. Should come over here, and this should never work. Okay, now don't run and lose this by accident, because that would be... You wait here, okay? Have some patience. Bring your Genoese. Don't make the mistake that some players make and run too early. Good patience. Yeah, yellow's completely fine. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? 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 It died to a treb, guys. It died to a treb is what this just said to me. Yellow killed purple with a trebuchet. Now, sad moment, okay? Sad moment. In order to improve performance of this, we disabled the rewind feature. I'm so sorry about that. Because of the performance, and I have to speak to them about this week, we disabled the rewind feature. So I could fast forward, but I can't rewind right now because we wanted the performance to be better. But I'll edit that in post-game, okay? We'll get that edited in post-game, so when this hits YouTube, people can see it. As the explosion happens... I think I killed him, not sure. Wow. You know, I was very surprised to see that. Because he went in with no army. He went in with no army. Trebuchet sniping the king. Thank you to the program for letting me know what did it. Right? When it happened, of course, and what killed it. But crazy, crazy stuff. Okay, so purple kind of pays the price for what was a pretty sneaky, slimy style, but... an entertaining style at that. I think everyone should respect purple for that. Oh boy, yellow's going to lose all the trade here. And red is now going to turn on yellow. Just as yellow had said, now we kill red and we end up friendly. So this is going to be yellow and teal against red. But yellow hasn't realized that red has already turned and red is on the move. And yellow, your Genoese, there we go. Now, the problem with the Genoese currently is that they stacked. So you have to be careful stacking these because if the bombard cannons hit, they could hit more than one unit. But you have to be careful if you're red because you only have so many bombard cannons and Genoese crossbowmen will wreck you otherwise. Red, congrats. And teal's like, what? And I'm not sure what teal meant by that. But guys, teal is still allied to red. So teal might not actually fight alongside yellow. Based on all the Diplo chat we've seen, I think teal will fight with red here. I think Pikachu Power sees red as a friend. And Pikachu says, you won. So is this Pikachu saying, I'm going to fight with you, we'll kill yellow, and then I'll give you the win? What does this mean? I mean, obviously, you look at red's base, that's the person to kill, right? Red's got full trade. There's something that Reds does here to keep his score down. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I feel like his score should be higher with those resources. Neil's talking about trade, and I guess is going to... Well, could always trade to red as well. And now red says, help get yellow. So I'm going to be honest with you, Pikachu Power. I really think you need to... if there was cash on the line here... I understand the thought process maybe to try and place later on. Yeah, I was just going to say pick a side. There you go. He picks a side and teal is going to be against red now. I like that. Because the longer he just sat back and didn't help either of them, it would look a little bad. But he makes the turn. He comes in with these hussars. And it's an interesting timing because he had just said congratulations to red. But maybe he wanted to boost his confidence as these Bulgarian hussars have wrecked. Obviously, Genoese crossbowmen did a lot of the work as well. Okay, so now we have a big force coming through the middle from red. And now we get to see what red is capable of fighting 1v2 against a pretty difficult composition. Like, it has to be said, Genoese crossbowmen just not a fun unit to be up against if you're Turks. I think this is the right play. I think they made the right call here. Sometimes you have the top player as part of the two, and then that person easily wins. Here you've got, I think, the best player remaining, or at least the player with the best position remaining in red, fighting against the other two. Now, you know what you should do if you're red right now? You should talk. Yep. Here, look. Teal, you can still be second. I love it. I love it if you ally me. Yeah, because, like, I'm not really certain that Teal's, like, full-on in love with Valley Zone. I just feel like, it's like, okay, I guess I should probably do this. Teal says, hi, I will be second. Oh, what a statement. Oh, I say after we kill you. Please. Come on. Follow it up. Okay, he's got a micro. I love that. Also, great micro from Yellow. Look at Yellow dodging the bomber cannon shots. Sending in the hussars now to finish off them. That's a lot of bomber cannons. The I will be second comment from Pikachu Power. Showing a lot more conviction than I thought was there. And yeah, maybe it needs no follow-up. Maybe it's pretty easy to understand what that means. But Teal, engage! You gotta help your buddy out here. Kill the bomber cannons. What? Sorry, I got a little overwhelmed watching that. You gotta imagine other things are happening, right? Maybe some new units are being created. Maybe some trade carts are being created. If you don't play this game, you should know that you're doing a million different things. That could also be a stance issue, honestly. Could very much be a stance issue. Yellow has an upgrade issue with the hussars. Behind in defense and attack upgrades on those hussars. And Yellow says I'm on the way, and here comes Yellow. And red trash talks right back and says, well, will you now? Now, will Teal be like, oh boy, I shouldn't have said that, and then repent and say, I'm sorry, I love you, let me be second with you? Or will Teal stick to his guns here? It seems like they're tossing in units to the meat grinder right now. They've set the gather point at a certain spot forward, but now they're losing. They have lost the battle, so they're just sending in extras. And Teal says, Yellow, where is your army? Well, Yellow's on the way, but you guys are struggling with the coordination here. As Yellow says, I made like 100 treps. Yeah, that's a lot of treps. Yep, I can see that. And still making treps. Yep, lots of trebuchets. Teal laughs and says, we got this. Okay. So there's no doubt over who they care for now. And Teal mentions that the trade has gone down. That's actually a really interesting point. I want to look at total stockpile. Okay, so red does have the most gold, though. Like, red's got way more gold than the other two combined. And red is taking really cost-efficient engagements. But will red be able to do this? You know, I think Yellow and Teal, they need a regroup here. They need a oh, God, man. Oh, this is not it. This is not it. They need a regroup. Okay, split micro, but seriously, dude. You just showed everyone that you have good micro, but also you showed us that by showing us that you have bad decision making. Because that was like not the spot to be. I think what you should do is you should back up, group up, back up here if you're Teal and group up, and then think about it. Teal, I guess, was allied to red when the game ended for him. Or when I said Teal, sorry, I meant to say orange. So that's really good for red because red doesn't have to worry about engaging against these elephants. And this is really crazy push. And this type of push gets out of hand fast, guys. Really, really fast. I love this from red, though. Red says, ally me or you die shortly with a smiley face. The red is really making sure that this is going to be as sure a victory as possible. And Teal just says, we got this, Yellow. Okay. I want to say I'm really happy with Pikachu power. The Pikachu power is not just bowing down to red. So many players would say, okay, you know what? I'll take second with you and just bow down. Teal says, we got this. I'll flank him. And, oh my god, no way. No way! The 14 Trebs are here. If yellow kills this king with a Treb, I will see it. I will see it. Now, it bothers me that he's used all 14 Trebs on the same castle, because then they all have to pack up. Now, the same thing happened to yellow and teal earlier. Here comes that flank. This is a really good flank from teal. But you have your army forward. It's hard to know where to send your forces. Here's yellow. Like, this is where things start to fall apart. Good job from yellow. He's got a bunch of Trebs and a dream. And the king has been relocated, so it seems like... Oh my god, green could have killed it. Can you imagine that ending? But no, it goes into that TC, which is very exposed. But I think in the end, there's just too many Trebs. And the Trebs are going to go down. It is good, though, that it took out castles. Also, purple had swordsman in there? What was he planning? Teal has cleared everything here, guys. Red lost everything on the front. And taking out the castles is certainly going to help in the long run. Also, taking out the monasteries, that's not going to hurt. And so that's going to be fewer castles now for red, as I think a total of 3 have gone down. Red, of course, will take out yellow's Trebs. Yeah, I guess in order for green to kill, red would have to put his king right next to this. And just leave it there. Green, of course, disconnected at the very start, which was sad. I like how yellow tasked the Trebs properly. Knew the Trebs were going to go down, but tasked them onto the monasteries and the castles. I like that, because look. Oop. Oh, never mind. It didn't eject. But I still think that was a really good move. And now here comes that flood from yellow. Now, yellow, when you rewatch this, you're going to be very embarrassed because you've heard me talk about blacksmith upgrades 1,000 times, and you don't have the Castle Age or Imperial Age attack, and you are lacking armor as well, my friend. This is, like, really bad. Really, 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 really bad. For a player who's played very good, you know? That's what makes me sad. Wow, that kind of rhymed. Yellow says I got rid of his trade. Pikachu Power says yes. Pikachu Power stampeding forward. Something that needs to be said about Bulgarian Hussars is that they do actually attack faster. And they attack faster after their unique tech, which I assume has been researched at this point. Red's got 150 military. Now, right now, it's going to be very hard to stop. But the reason that happened is because a lot of trade went down and a lot of villagers died. So, that's 3/4 of your population. You can't sustain 3/4 of your population being military for very long. But it could be hard to stop. Pikachu Power! Yeah! Let's go! It says people will write songs about this victory, brother. Yeah! Let's go! I love it. I love it. I mean, kind of a bad time to instill confidence in yellow because everything's dying, but maybe there's no better time to instill confidence in your ally than when they're dying. Yellow's like, victory? I'm not sure about that. Okay, now red is trying his hand with yellow. Red had already tried to break teal, and teal said no. Now red is saying teal is about to turn, but he betrayed me. Yellow, you happy to finish him, then we 1v1. Now this reeks of desperation. And okay, yellow says, no man, we already decided people will make songs about us. That's your song? I mean, no, sorry, that's your response? Sorry, bro, we already decided that we would make songs about this, so I can't take the deal. No deal. Red's like, a song? Red's like, what are you guys talking about over there? Like, no wonder you don't have your blacksmith upgrades. You guys are writing lyrics to a song. Oh my god. Okay, here comes the more hussars to raid. Let's look back at the stockpiles of resources now. It's still really good for red. Oh gosh. A song. Teal's got some buildings down here. Teal's also got some buildings here, so he's kind of ready when the time comes. But red is going over to yellow's base, and yellow's like, he's on me. And yeah, yellow does not have a large stockpile. Yellow also doesn't have Genoese crossbowmen. And yellow does not have upgrades on the hussars. So, okay, there are a lot of Genoese crossbowmen on the way, so this should be a decent hold. But Teal needs to show up with help, and here comes Teal. That was so funny, dude. That was so funny. Honestly, would be a really good idea for red to spend 10% of what gold is banked and make some camels. Making some camels mixed in with your hussars would do so well. Not against the Genoese, of course, but it would be good against the enemy hussars. Massive battle, but red has more. And we don't see the Genoese crossbowmen engaging at the same time. The red says, okay, I need those relics again. It's going to send more hussars forward. And military-wise still has insane numbers, but it's dropped down to 100. And actually, wait a second. What the... His units weren't attacking. And maybe for a lot of that fight, they weren't attacking. I just realized they just kind of froze there. Maybe he had them on no attack stance or stand ground. It didn't look like stand ground. Normally, if a unit's next to you on stand ground, you still attack. Here you've got a hussar raid. Do they have the gold to research treason? Probably not, but if they were to realize that the king was here, I'm sure they'd make a run for it. I don't know, guys. Like, red is a really good player. I don't know if he's good enough to fight back on his own across this entire map when raids are going to be coming in constantly. Food is the biggest issue now. 3,500 food is going to disappear quickly when you're making hussars and don't have a lot of farmers. And I guess if we look back, you see 34,000 for Pikachu. Yellow's eco is kind of a wreck, but Pikachu is now in the leading position. And I question Pikachu, and I think deservedly so for some of the Diplo moves earlier. But it is improved for Pikachu, and Pikachu showing his power. And yes, that is true, Holy. Teal could probably research treason if there's 7k gold. So back to my other point. But this is where the Genoese should just help so much. Now, red's actually attacking, though, and there's only so many Genoese. What you can do is you can sit in the wood line. Right here, yellow. Sit right in the little nook. Yeah, and put the Cavalier in front. Perfect. Perfect! Look at that. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Obviously a fight that they lose, but it's a fight that is, I think, worth it over time. Red is working his way through what's left of the hussars. Yellow says push him at both sides. But what yellow really needed was like 30 or 40 Genoese. Teal says yes. Teal, to his credit, has already kind of been doing that. Also should remind you that Teal and yellow are trading together. So they have that. There's no way red can stop that right now. This is a super annoying play from yellow, and those Genoese crossbowmen are doing work. Okay, red is research treason. I like it. This means red's going to make a move. I should remind you where the kings are for the enemies. The first king is here, and this is not even walled in. The other king is here, and it's in a castle that is on low HP. So we could sit here and say that yellow and teal are, you know, if we're writing lyrics to the song, we could start off by saying how genius they are. But maybe we should rewrite the lyrics because this is not good. This is not good at all. That said, red can't really make it across the map comfortably, so he's going to lose this battle. I think what red would need is like a really slow Cav Archer bombard cannon force that would sneak in. Hussars is just not going to cut it right now. Okay, red's going to go for it. It's a bait, so red goes in. Yeah, is that what yellow's was against purple, too? A bait? Yellow will probably say so. Okay. Here come the hussars. Now, they see this, right? This is fairly obvious. But it's desperation from red. I like the fact that red's trying it because we should reward attempts as much as we reward the actual king snipes at times. Because sometimes people just don't try. They're like, I'm out of here. Later. There's very little wood left on this map. A decent amount if you know where to look for it, I guess. And there are those hussars. Now, the castle was already weak from before. But this would still need to go down to around 2,500 HP. And this is not going to happen as treason was researched again. I just mixed the word research and treason together and made it tree search. So when you research trees, I guess? I don't know. And, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So the king moved, guys. Red came in here at the same time. And teal preemptively moved the king and almost lost it in there. It's now in this castle. That was really smart from Red. He doesn't know that that's my castle. It'll never go down, says yellow. Here comes another group of hussars. Red trying to switch sides, hoping that this army is gone now. It is not. Red has lost a lot of army, but continues to try. And were those teal traps? Did you see that? I swear to God, I just saw teal trebs right there. Yellow says, don't snipe. Teal says, yes. Did he turn on teal? I'm not sure what just happened. Anyways, this is yellow's castle. Yellow's still bringing in Genoese, and red continues to try and try and try. I think what might have happened there is, like, did teal turn maybe? Oh, they didn't turn on each other there. It was interesting. Maybe teal's thinking about that, though. Okay. Red. Let's look back at stockpiles. Well, guys, he's got 2k gold. He does have 46 on food. That's more than the others, so he's rebooming. I don't know how easy it is to do that. And this is what I like to see, baby. This is what I like to see. Yeah! This is what he needs. And it's going to have to be slow and painful. But you need to have enough to harass them in the middle with hussars and make them focus on that. And then you just sneak around the map with cav archers and with bomber cannons. Now, you just killed teal villagers. Teal might notice that. You never know. I like that. I mean, military right now is not that good. Or actually, it is pretty good for both players or all players. They just seem scared, you know? And it just takes so long. Genghis Khan says, want to write a new song, yellow? Question mark. Well, it is true. Teal and yellow haven't exactly been friends the last couple minutes. They haven't been talking it up. Valley says, nah. I'm full with songs. Yes, it's like, do you remember the MP3 player days? Like the very first MP3 players where you could only have like 28 songs? Yellow says, you pay up. We discuss. You're really strong. I like what he said because... it was also a compliment. Red doesn't want to give anything. Red says, I'm nearly out of res. We kill teal, so then 1v1. Okay, that's a bad deal. That's kind of a bad deal. Also, you do have resources. So I see what you're trying to do here. But with what yellow told you, you really need to give him something. Man, pay up. I don't have any res 11. And Red's like, well, what we could do is we could Vil fight at the end. So Red's like, okay, my other deal would be we don't actually 1v1 after we kill teal. We Vil fight. Now, who is not speaking right now? That would be teal. And I think we know, they might not know, that teal is loaded. Okay? So teal, you need to be acting with your ally here, because if this gets slow and they start to chat, it might get a little complacent. So this is good for teal. Says, let's go. We need siege. Meanwhile, it's moving, people. Okay, Valley says, research treason, maybe. Pikachu Power says yes. Yellow's like, I have siege. And now Red has researched treason as well, which is going to put these guys on defensive. Now, this is what is visible right now. Now, it's important to note that, like, orange gives vision to them, okay? Anyone who they're allied with gives vision. So it's going to be very hard for Red to actually sneak in here. Teal should notice it, but might not notice it. We'll see. Meanwhile, Red is going to defend as this force, this is a desperation force, goes out across the map. But again, because orange is allied, this should not really be that sneaky. Now, this can kill red. This can kill red. Red's got so much of his population moving out across the map. There's tons of Genoese crossbow. Says teal has his king want to snipe. Teal has his king want to snipe. Yellow's has got it, bro. I think he misspoke. I think he's trying to talk to Teal or something. Obviously, this is a very stressful time, right? He's being overwhelmed right now. He's got to reboot. He's doing so much. Now, what does benefit this is that it's very slow. It's a slow crawl. Okay, and there's a lot of yellow here. Not so much teal, but you can see teal reinforcing out of the middle. So probably very focused there. And only there. Okay, it's on the move. This is getting worse for red. Red will lose these castles. And teal and yellow are beginning to get excited because they're thinking, his king must be in there. We can write that song, that wonderful song about our victory. The song we've been wanting to write for an hour now. As red falls apart, teal and yellow begin to feel like this is our moment. I can't wait to tell mom. Teal especially, I can't wait to tell mom how many resources I had. How many people think I'm cool on YouTube. Like, what? And then teal, okay, teal noticed something was up. Teal noticed something was up. It took a long time, but must have given it another look. And now the Cav archers are here. Now, red has researched treason, and red has a decision to make because it's in a different castle now. And teal's going to turn. Okay, so red's going to be like, okay, he noticed me. And if red, in this position, you take out the castle, in my opinion. Like, this castle. You don't do what you're doing now. I think you got to take out the castle and turn. I don't think he knows that teal's noticed, but I can tell you that the bombard cannons, if they can get volleys off, teal can still die. Teal's mom will not be proud. Teal's mom will not be proud. The volleys come in. The king, ah! It dies! It dies! On its last step to the castle, it dies! And now it's yellow and red, but Pikachu Power's king goes down. Pikachu Power respects it and says, well played. I take it back, red. What you did to take out this castle was the play. We will see a big explosion here, which will actually hurt yellow because yellow's going to lose a lot of trade. But I think yellow can continue to trade towards the corner. And red says, teal, you should have been second. That's funny. Yellow's like, well, I guess the song's just going to be about me now. Yellow's like, yeah, I'm so glad I didn't take any of those deals from red. What a great game, though. Pikachu had an amazing game. So, Pikachu, you shouldn't be... Obviously, you should be frustrated, but you play really, really well. So don't stress it too much. By the way, 1890, there's a bug with kings not garrisoning. My king stopped for no reason, GG. And it's actually true. If you garrison from long range, the king hesitates right before getting into a building. I think that might also be the case with units, to be honest. But you don't realize it as much because you never need your units to immediately garrison. I think it's a pathing thing, but I think I know exactly what Teal's talking about there. So as much as people might say, oh, you know, excuses, I think that's correct. What I would have done, and again, I've experienced it a million times, is you click them right next to the castle and then garrison. Red says Vil fight in the mid. Dude, you can't get a Vil fight out of this. Yellow says, nah, I'm good. I'm okay. I don't think we're going to Vil fight. Red says, well, I thought you might say that. It was worth the shot, right? Maybe get the victory anyways. We are no longer going to have any more explosions because, well, there's only 2 people remaining. The second the next king dies, the game will end. I can't help but think about this area right now, and if red maybe had another force. But I don't think red does. Yellow says, sorry, I'm not a bad person. It's the game. Red now with the frowny face. Yeah, I don't think turning down that deal makes you a bad person. I don't think you need to stress about that. How much food does Red have? Not much. I mean, can make Hussars. I think Red's going to try. It looks like Hussars are in queue. Red's probably going to try and make a run for that castle. But doesn't realize that it is completely impossible because can't see what we see, of course. What a great game, though. This is a really good game. I mean, Genghis Khan had an incredible game. Or Genghis Khan. He can't win anymore, but, like, he killed 3 kings in this game. He also killed, like, really big kings. So he was able to... Well, technically he killed 4. Because he killed Rentars. We just saw him kill Pikachu powers. But when he killed Greens... Green was already out of the game, right? But he killed Greens to kill Blues. Which, if you missed it, was probably the highlight of the game still, so... I just don't think Red has the time or the resources to ever get over there. He would need a force similar to what he had before, and all the ranges are going down, and everything's falling apart. Just doesn't really have time. He's going to make some camels now. It's not going to work. So I think Red will come to the natural conclusion soon that this game is over. Yellow's got 114 military. Simply needs the Genoese crossbowmen with the Trebs. And this game will finish shortly. Red really shows that playing well doesn't win you Diplo games. I think that's unfair, right? A lot of people play well when they win or lose in Diplo games. But what Red needed to realize was that the writing was going to be on the wall for him. I felt like the writing was on the wall when there was 5 people left. That Red was just not attacking, had an amazing eco. That's what Orange was trying to say. Orange was like, hey, guys, like, we need to take Red. But then what happened, what really screwed it up was when Gray started to attack Teal. I think, honestly, if that would have never happened, I think Red would have been one of the first ones to die. But because Orange then needed to defend Teal and defend his side, or defend Yellow, I guess. Or no, did he attack Yellow? God, I forget. No, he attacked Yellow at that point. That's how the game went. So Gray sitting here like, oh man, did I really change that much? And you definitely did. There's the king. It looks like King Kill is going to be given to Yellow here. Respect between the two players. I don't even think Yellow knows it's there right now, and there it goes. Very fitting, actually, that the first thing you see is a Persian elephant. Because, oh, he was Turks. I'm sorry, the architecture had me. I completely forgot. I'm sorry. Well, that was a dumb ending. GG, what a fun game. It looks like Red actually deleted it near the end there. Let's look at the resources brought in this game because there was a lot of resources brought in. First off, there's the KD. Wow. The best KD in the game went to Jay Scott. Jay Scott, congratulations. You also destroyed more buildings than any other player. So props to that as well. How's that even possible? I don't know. All this comes down to... Oh, I guess it's the ratio. Sorry, it's the ratio where he's ahead. This is all, of course, because his king was used against Blue earlier in the game. Jay Scott was not actually here, but congratulations still. Economically, we had the trade profit really matter a lot here. I don't think Yellow had a lot of trade profit in the later stages, but did obviously bank up a lot of res. Had 39,000 gold brought in. Total gold was pretty close, though, because Red had relics. Looks like Rentar would have done an amazing job if the game continued, especially if that fight wouldn't have happened with Yellow, because then the trade wouldn't have gone down, plus would have had quite a few relics as well. You know, a normal Age of Empires game, I sum it up and look at timelines, yada, 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 but really, this was a fun mix, because what I liked about this game was we had the people who wanted to be... who wanted to act in a timely manner. And that would be Sneezy and Soft Feather. In particular, Soft Feather. Soft Feather would make moves when other people were distracted. That was cool. We had actual alliances form, right? And most of those alliances stayed together most of the game. And then the final 3 was just such a fun showdown. Like, it wasn't too long. Sometimes it can go on for too long and it gets boring. It was enough action. There was enough chat. And I'm sure Valley Zone will still write that song with Pikachu power later on about their victory. Or I guess they don't write the song. It is the people that write the song. So maybe everyone who stood by and listened to this. It's I get a little feelsy at random times when I cast, and it just hit me all of a sudden, so bear with me. It's still so crazy to me that I'm sitting here talking about 8 players playing Age of Empires 2, which is a 20-year-old game, and we got to have that much fun and have so many people also think that is fun. So thank you to the players and thank you to the viewers, because it's freaking cool, and I love that. Wow, just looked at the KD here for red, by the way. It must be because of the Genoese crossbowman from yellow. Yellow had a really tasty KD, considering there were no blacksmith upgrades on the Hussars. Sorry to ruin your victory parade, Yellow. You need to go back to the blacksmith next time you play. But yeah, this really showed what red was up against. And I think the KD overall for Teal was pretty solid due to those Hussars being solid.